Hey YouTube land, Tycanus there doing another action figure review, and today we're looking at something a little bit older. I picked this guy up a while back. I think he was 2021, 22 when he was released. I could be wrong. I'll check on the box, see if it gives any indication when this was released. I do not see a release date on it, but what this is the Alien Resurrection newborn. So they didn't do a big line of figures for this, or big wave of figures for this line from Hiya Toys. It would have been nice if they had gotten around to doing some of the human characters. They never really, the only human characters they ever really got around to doing was the Marines, Colonial Marines from the Colonial Marines video game, as opposed to the actual aliens. It would have been nice to get a full set of Colonial Marines if they could go back and do that, but they never really gave us that, unfortunately. They did do the warrior alien from the Resurrection line, and they did a queen, or the clone queen as it's called. If you've seen the movie, you know why it's called the clone queen, but essentially it is the same figure as the aliens queen, just in a different deco. So I didn't bother picking that up. I did pick up the newborn here, which is everyone's favorite weird creature that they came up with for this movie. And I did pick up one of the warriors, which I do not have to hand, I don't believe. Give me 2 seconds. Actually, I might have it. I do believe I have the warrior. Sorry for this bit there, which I will bring in when I get around to showcasing him with this guy. I don't have the box for him. I was planning on doing a review for the warrior itself, but for now we'll have a look at the Alien Resurrection newborn. Now I'm going to measure him from his base, because he is quite tall. He does stand nearly around 5.5 inches. He is actually one of the tallest of the kind of general alien figures, because this creature was such a weird design and it was very lanky. You do really need the base to hold it up. If you take it off the base, you can get it to stand, but it's one of those things where a little gust, smallest breeze will blast it over, and you will send it flying. And if I can even do that on screen, it would be nice. There, you can just about get it, but now he's not going to go. Yeah, the slightest little gust of wind will knock this guy over, so just be careful of that. It is recommended that you use the stand. He does come with 2 alternate hands, which are kind of just more grasping hands for a left and right. The ones he comes with default, which I haven't changed out on this one, are kind of more outstretched. The hands really kind of remind me of E.T.'s hands, even though E.T. had, I think it was 3 fingers. But the way these fingers are sculpted, they just look like E.T.'s hands for some reason, and the way the paint apps are done on this. The paint apps is weird, or kind of weird, because the hands have a different wash to the rest of the body, and it kind of has that on bits and pieces of them. So like the side here has kind of a similar wash to hands, but most of it is this kind of weird off skin tone with a wash through it. Now, this is actually my second version of this figure. The first version I got actually came with 2 left feet, so I actually ended up getting a second one, and it has the right version of the right amount of feet, but it is articulated, so the legs can rotate forward. There's a drop hinge on the hip. There is a waist swivel. There's nothing in the neck, because this all is one big sculpt. There's no head, neck articulation. There is a jaw articulation. It can open the jaw a small bit, but it is very limited. So you can get a creepy open mouth look to it. It has that weird slit going down the front of its face. Again, it is a really creepy design. Arms can go 360, can move out that much. Has a single jointed elbow with swivel in it, with doesn't really give quite 90-degree bend. It's just before 90-degree. There is ball joint in the hand, so I can get a range of movement on it. And again, those creepy hands. He has teeny feet because of the way the feet are. Like, it has like double ankles, so it has a knee here, ankle here, and then an ankle, a secondary ankle at the foot. So you do get some good range of movement. There is dual jointed knee for the upper knee, and then for the ankle there is a swivel and a joint, and then a swivel and a rocker again for the foot. It has this kind of weird motioning hip that gives it, you can split out a good bit for if you want. Has a very creepy look to it on the waist. Its sculpt is designed like it looks like a sagging pile of skin with crap all over it, and it's one of the reasons it's just a bizarrely designed creature. And I know people who despise the Alien Resurrection movie hate this thing with a passion. They think it's the most ugly thing going. It is designed to be basically a what if kind of scenario. Instead of the queen giving birth to general xenomorphs, this is a what if the queen was able to give birth to something that was akin to a human or a mammal. So it is basically a humanized alien hybrid, which is why it's called newborn. Again, it does come with that base. There's only the 1 foot peg on it, and it comes with the eye hole things for holding on to other bases of other lines. And I don't have any to hand, but if you have stuff like the, oh, there it goes. As I said, it doesn't particularly like to stand up. If you have the Predator figures, it will connect to those. If you have the Robocop figures, it will connect to those. And if you have the Judge Dredd figures, it should also connect to those bases. They're all in the same kind of, or is it 2 inch by 2? Is it 2? Yeah, 2 inch by 2.5 inch square or rectangular bases. So they do have a kind of universal base system, and it has all these plugs on the side, so you can actually make a whole bunch of them together if you want. But unfortunately, I do not have one handy. But it is a weird, creepy figure, and I love it to bits because it's that weird, creepy figure. So I will bring in its other wave mate. I believe this is the other wave mate because I think, oh, there it goes again. So this is the Alien Resurrection Warrior. If I get it to stand again, the warriors in this line had a really weird feet pose. I'm just going to stick this thing on the space because otherwise it's going to just keep flopping over in the slightest little gust of wind. So I'm going to stand them up next to his wave buddy. I do have the hand rotated all the way around the wrong way. I will do a review for this guy when I get around to it. So when they got around to starting redesigning the aliens, it was more from AV. These were kind of based on the AVP alien was based on this. It was kind of like a evolution of this design to the AVP. They redesigned the legs to a little bit stronger. Wow, even with the base, it doesn't like to stand that well. So if we get it to stand in a neutral position, it's probably going to go flying forward now in a second. So the other alien creature from the franchise that has kind of bizarrely designed legs is this guy. This is the runner alien, also known as the dog alien from Alien 3. I can't remember if they did 2 versions of this guy. If they did a leaning, like a crouched version and this version. I'll have to check the box when I find the box for this guy. But this is the alien runner, or drone alien as you might like to call them. It is a really cool alien figure. Again, it is some Hiya Toys best figures. They did the aliens. They did nearly all the alien creatures from all the different films. I think with the exception of the Deacon. I think that was the only kind of creature they didn't get to, but they did the Alien Covenant alien. They did the Alien Covenant hybrid, or whatever the hell the thing was called. The weird white thing with no face. I know the aliens generally don't have any faces, but like this thing had a weird, creepy face. And they did the Queens, they did the AVP aliens, they did the Resurrection aliens, or AVP or Alien Warriors, which is essentially... I knew this guy would collapse over on me. Essentially, it is this version of the alien with a redone, retooled head to make it look... I'm just going to stand him back here, because otherwise he's just going to keep flopping. It's a version of this alien with a re-sculpted... I think the arms are slightly different. The legs are very similar. It has the ridged head similar to the Alien Warriors from Aliens. But other than that, it's very similar to this design. And then you have like Alien 3 and then the classic Alien Big Chap and Aliens figures. So they did all... Actually, did they do a Big Chap? I believe they did do a Big Chap. I have to double check that. I can't remember if they did Big Chap, actually. The one from Alien. I'm pretty sure they did, because I know they did figures of Lambert and Ripley in the spacesuits, which is, again, kind of annoying that they got to do alien characters as in the human characters from Alien. This guy's just not going to stand. I'll just leave him laying over here. So for some scale comparisons, this is going to be fun, because everything is going to go flying down onto the ground. Because this guy is on his little base. Bring in Alan Grant, which is the 3 3/4 inch figure. Let's see if we get you to stand and stay there. So this is like... Yep, as I said, everything is going completely kaputski. Let's see if we can get you to stand without the base for whatever length of time you will decide to stand. As I said, it's a cool figure. Very flimsy with the legs, because that is the way the overall creature is designed. Even when NECA did their version, they actually included a armed base with a grab claw on it, so that you could actually wrap it around the waist and stop it from falling over all the time. So there is Alan Grant, and we have the Selena Kyle from the Batman film here. So she's more in the 4-inch scale, so you can see the scaling. Bring in some dinosaurs from the Jurassic line, so you can see scale for that. This is the Velociraptor from the Escape set and the kitchen encounter set. What else shall we bring in? A Space Marine from the Joy Toy line, so you can see scaling. It would almost work well with the Joy Toy Space Marine line, just some sort of weird... Actually, you could re-sculpt it and turn it into a plague bearer pretty easily, I would imagine, for Nurgle. You'd have to give it some sort of weapon to represent the swords and rip the head off and redo the head, but the body has that very Nurgle-ish look to it, so you could possibly get away with doing that. And then just for another figure, because I have him handy, bring in old Mean Machine from the 2080 Judge Dredd line. So there you go, guys. I know it's a bit of a mishmash of a review, because things keep falling over. But you can see this Alien Resurrection figure from Hiya. Now, I'm not sure if it's still available on Big Bad Toy Store. That's where I originally got this guy. But again, it's been quite a while since I had him, so I don't know if he is still in stock. You might have to go third-party route if you so choose to get one. The Alien figures are a better option than this guy, but if you're kind of a fan of this design, and as I said, I know a lot of people hate this design with a passion, it is up to you whether you want to get it or not. I do recommend it. It's a nice figure, but again, it's user preference, basically, if you want to pick it up or not. So there you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed this quick video review for the Alien Resurrection Newborn from Hiya Toys, and as always, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Cheers, guys.